रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम, सबको सन्मति दो भगवान। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम जय सीताराम, भज प्यारे मन सीताराम। सीताराम जय सीताराम, भज प्यारे मन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सीताराम।
गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम्। ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती, धीनामवित्रयवतु। गणेशाय नमः, सरस्वत्यै नमः, श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्।
ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय। ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमण्यव उतोत इषवे नमः। नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः। यात इषुः शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः। शिवा शरव्या यातवतया नो रुद्रमृडया। याते रुद्रशिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी। तया नस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचाकशीः। यामिषुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे। शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि गुंसेः पुरुषं जगत्। शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छावदामसि। यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत्। अध्यवोचदधिवक्ता युक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक् अहेगश्च सर्वाञ्जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षुश्रिता सहस्रशो वैशागुं हेडयेमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयाति नः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीढुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वानो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरात्नियोर्जाम् याश्च ते हस्त इषवः पराता भगवो वप अवतत्यधनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशते शुधे निशीर्य शल्याणां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भव विज्यं धनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम् उत अनेशन्नस्येषव आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः याते हेतुर्मीढुष्टमहस्ते बभूव ते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणत्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्रुषाय व्याधिनेन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तताविने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नम उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्रीणां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवेताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सहमानाय निव्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे स्तेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिण इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते स्तायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः श्रुकाविभ्यो जिघागुंसद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमोऽसिमद्भ्यो नक्तं चरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नम उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नम इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नम आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्योऽश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नम आव्याधिनीभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगुंहतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रुभ्यः संग्रहेतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षद्भ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम इषुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युप्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मेढुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्र्याय च शेभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय चावस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुद्ध्याय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावबिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिणे चेषु धिमते च नमस्ति तीक्ष्णे शवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सोद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईध्र्याय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमस्ताम्राय च रुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नम उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयो भवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमस्तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाद्याय च नमः षष्प्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नम इरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमस्तल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्प्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्क्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्म्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमोपगुरमाणाय च भिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो वः किरिकेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां माभेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनो शिवा विश्वाह भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तया नो मृडजीवसे इमागुं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वेराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नः शमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रो तनो मयस्कृधि क्षयद्वेराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छञ्च योश्च मनुरायजे पिता तदश्याम तव रुद्रः प्रणीतो मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुतमान उक्षितम् मानो वधेः पितरं मोत मातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीर्षः मानस्तोकेतनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीर्षः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वधेर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ते गोघ्न उत पूरुषघ्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मे ते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यधा च न शर्म यच्छद्विबर्हाः तु हि श्रुतं गर्तसदंयुवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहक्तृमुग्रम् मृडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतर्वृणत्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा मघवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमेढ्वस्तोकायतनयाय मृडया मेढुष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भवा परमे वृक्ष आयुधन् निधाय कृत्तिं वसान आचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागहे विकिरितविलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रधा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृधे सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसे अस्मिन्महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवा शितिकण्ठा शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवा शितिकण्ठा दिवगुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासः कपर्दिनः ये अन्येषु विविध्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पथां पथि रक्षय ऐलभृदायव्युधः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति श्रुकावन्तो निषङ्गिणः य एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसे नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषभस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणादश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयं द्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं वोजम्भे दधामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ये ते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्योमर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्येनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु हि यस्विषुः सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वा महेशौ मनसाय रुद्रं नमोभिर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवानयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मेऽनुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वं च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रं च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरं च मे लयश्च मरुतं च मे मृतं च मे यक्ष्मं च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वं च मे न मित्रं च मे भयं च मे सुगं च मे शयनं च मे सुषा च मे सुदिनं च मे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
गौरी गणेश उमा गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा गणेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश पार्वती नंदन श्री श्रीरामचरणं श्रीरामचरणं भजे श्रीरामचरणं 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 भजे श्रीरामचरणं 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 भजे श्रीरामचरणं 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 भजे वैदेहि रामं वैकुण्ठधामम् वैदेहि रामं वैकुण्ठधामम् भूपालचूडामणि भूपालचूडामणि आत्माभिरामं प्रभु साई रामम् आत्माभिरामं प्रभु साई रामम् श्रीरामचरणं भजे श्रीरामचरणं भजे सत्य साई रामचरणं भजे सत्य साई रामचरणं भजे श्रीरामचरणं 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 भजे श्रीरामचरणं 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 भजे वैदेहि रामं वैकुण्ठधामम् भूपालचूडामणि आत्माभिरामं प्रभु साई रामम् श्रीरामचरणं भजे साई राम चरणं भजे
सत्य साई राम चरणं भजे
सत्य साई राम चरणं भजे
सत्य साई राम चरणं भजे
श्रीराम चरणं श्रीराम चरणं श्रीराम चरणं भजे
रामचंद्र प्रभु रघुवंश रामा
रामचंद्र प्रभु रघुवंश रामा
रामचंद्र प्रभु रघुवंश रामा
रामचंद्र प्रभु रघुवंश रामा
सीतापते जय जानकी रामा
सीतापते जय जानकी रामा
सीतापते जय जानकी रामा
सीतापते जय जानकी रामा
अहल्योद्धारक सुगुणाभिरामा
अहल्योद्धारक सुगुणाभिरामा
अहल्योद्धारक सुगुणाभिरामा
अहल्योद्धारक सुगुणाभिरामा
रावण संहार कोदंड रामा
रावण संहार कोदंड रामा
रावण संहार कोदंड रामा
रावण संहार कोदंड रामा
अयोध्य रामा पट्टाभिरामा
अयोध्य रामा पट्टाभिरामा
अयोध्य रामा पट्टाभिरामा
अयोध्य रामा पट्टाभिरामा
नव नव कोमल श्री प्रभु रघुवंश रामा। जय कौसल्यानन्दन राम परमानन्द आनन्द परमानंद आनंद जय शिरीष पति शरा जय प्रशांति साई शरा जय शिरीष पतीशरा जय प्रशांति साई शरा जय कौसल्यानन्दन राम परमानन्द आनन्द पावनना जय सुंदर वैदेही मंगल पावनना जय सुंदर वैदेही मंगल पावनना जय सुंदर वैदेही जय सुंदर साई शरा जय सुंदर साई शरा जय सुंदर साई शरा जय सुंदर साई शरा जय कौसल्यानंदन राम परमानंद आनंद जय शिरीष पतीश राम जय प्रशांति साई शरा जय शिरीष पतीश राम जय प्रशांति साई शरा जय कौसल्यानंदन राम परमानंद आनंद मंगल पावनना जय सुंदर वैदेही मंगल पावनना जय सुंदर वैदेही जय सुंदर साई शरा जय सुंदर साई शरा जय सुंदर साई शरा जय कौसल्यानन्दन राम परमानन्द आनन्द नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम मधुर 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 नाम साई राम पुण्य नाम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम पवित्र नाम राम नाम साई राम.
Sing the name of the Lord, Sai Rama, Sai Rama, Sai Rama.
Sing the name of the Lord, Sai Rama, Sai Rama, Sai Rama.
Sing the name of the Lord, Sai Rama, Sai Rama, Sai Rama.
Sing the name of the Lord, Sai Rama, Sai Rama, Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sing it loud and clear, sing it far and near, everyone must hear Sai's name.
Sing it loud and clear, sing it far and near, everyone must hear Sai's name.
Sing it loud and clear, sing it far and near, everyone must hear Sai's name.
Sing it loud and clear, sing it far and near, everyone must hear Sai's name.
Sing Jehovah, Buddha, Nanak, Ram, every form is one and the same.
Sing Jehovah or Buddha, Nanak or Ram, every form is one and the same.
Sing Jehovah, Buddha, Nanak, Ram, every form is one and the same.
Sing Jehovah or Buddha, Nanak or Ram, every form is one and the same.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sing the name of the Lord, Sai Rama, Sai Rama, Sai Rama.
Sing the name of the Lord, Sai Rama, Sai Rama, Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sing it loud and clear, sing it far and near, everyone must hear Sai's name.
Sing it loud and clear, sing it far and near, everyone must hear Sai's name.
Sing Jehovah, Buddha, Nanak, Ram, every form is one and the same.
Sing Jehovah, Buddha, Nanak or Ram, every form is one and the same.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
Sai Rama, Sai Rama, let me hear you sing Sai Rama.
In the name of the Lord, Sai Rama, Sai Rama, Sai Rama.
राम 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 यदुनंदन है घनश्याम.
Shri Ram, 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 Yadunandan hai Ghanshyam.
श्री राम 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 यदुनंदन है घनश्याम.
Shri Ram, Ram, Ram,
राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम हे अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन 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 राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन 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 राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम हे अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम हे अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम हे पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम हे पतित पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम अयोध्यावासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम
राम कोदंड राम राम पट्टाभि राम राम कल्याण राम राघव राम कोदंड राम राम पट्टाभि राम राम कल्याण राम राघव राम कोदंड राम राम कल्याण राम राम पट्टाभि राम राघव राम कोदंड राम राम कल्याण राम राम पट्टाभि राम राघव राम నీకొక్క మాట రామ నాకొక్క మూట రామ నీకొక్క మాట రామ నాకొక్క మూట రామ నీ మాటే మాట రామ నీ బాటే బాట రామ నీ మాటే మాట రామ నీ బాటే బాట రామ కోదండ రామ రామ पट्टाभि राम राम कल्याण राम राघव राम कोदंड राम राम पट्टाभि
రామా శ్రీకంఠజుడు రామా నేను నీవాడు రామా నాతో మాట్లాడు
రామా నీకెవరు తోడు రామా శ్రీకంఠజుడు రామా నేను నీవాడు రామా
నేను నీవాడు రామా కోదండ
రామా కళ్యాణ రామ రాఘవ
రామా నామమే మేలు రామా చింతనే జాలు
రామా నామమే మేలు రామా చింతనే చాలు
రామా నామమే మేలు రామా చింతనే జాలు
రామా నామమే మేలు రామా చింతనే చాలు
రామా నామమే మేలు రామా చింతనే జాలు
రామా నామమే మేలు రామా చింతనే చాలు
రామా నీ నామమే మేలు రామా నీ చింతనే జాలు
రామా నీ నామమే మేలు రామా నీ చింతనే చాలు
నీ నామమే మేలు 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 నీ చింతనే చాలు
రామనామమే మేలు రామ 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 చింతనే చాలు
నీ నామమే మేలు నీ చింతనే చాలు
నీ నామమే మేలు నీ చింతనే చాలు
చింతనే చాలు నామమే మేలు
చింతనే చాలు నామమే మేలు
నీ చింతనే చాలు నీ నామమే మేలు
నీ చింతనే చాలు నీ నామమే మేలు
రామ చింతనే చాలు రామనామమే మేలు
చింతనే చాలు రామనామమే మేలు
రామ 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 చింతనే చాలు రామనామమే మేలు
నీ చింతనే చాలు నీ నామమే 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 మేలు
చింతనే చాలు నామమే మేలు
చింతనే చాలు నామమే మేలు
రామా నేను నీవాడు రామా నాతో మాట్లాడు రామా
కోదండ రామ రామ పట్టాభి రామ రామ కళ్యాణ రామ
రామా కోదండ రామ రామ పట్టాభి రామ రామ కళ్యాణ రామ రాఘవ రామ కోదండ రామ
श्रीनारायण पुरुषोत्तम गुरुतो सिद्धवदतो कण्ठविनायक सविता पावकतु
असतो मा सत्यमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया.
Om Sai Ram. Please join me in the recitation of the 9-point Code of Conduct. Number 1. Daily meditation and prayer. Number 2. Group devotional singing or prayer with family members once a week. Number 3. Participation in Sai spiritual education by children of the family. Number 4. Participation in community service work and other programs of the organization. Number 5. Regular attendance at the center's devotional meetings. Number 6. Regular study of Sri Sathya Sai Baba literature. Number 7. The use of soft, loving speech with everyone. Number 8. Not speaking ill of others, especially in their absence. Number 9. Narayana Seva. Practice placing a ceiling on desires. Concisely and continuously strive to eliminate the tendency to waste time, money, food and energy, and utilize the savings for service to mankind. Jai Sai Ram.
Offering my most humble pranams and prayerful salutations at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected elders, dearest brothers and sisters, Om Shri Sai Ram. And greetings to you all on this most auspicious occasion of Ramayana week. The thought for today: take as your ideals these great characters depicted in the Ramayana. You will see how your life is filled with peace and joy if only you dwell with these ideals. The Ramayana in the heart is to be experienced, not investigated as a mental phenomenon. As you go on reading and ruminating, the inner meaning will flash on you when the mind is cleansed by the elevating ideas therein. Do not exaggerate the importance of things that have but material utility. They fade even while you grasp them by hand. Search for being Sat, that which suffers no change. Search for the state of consciousness, Chit, which is unaffected by gusts of passion, which is pure, which is free from egoism or the desire to possess. Only then can you experience the light and illumine the path for others. Search for bliss, Ananda, the bliss that emanates from love with no blemish of attachment. Be like bees hovering on the flower of the glory of the Lord, sucking the sweet nectar of grace silently and joyfully. You do not wait with folded hands for the cup of coffee to cool down to the required warmth. You ask for an extra cup and you start pouring the coffee from one cup to the other, is it not? The same anxiety, the same practice has to be shown in spiritual matters also, to take in the beverage of divine grace. Divine Discourse, rendered on the 25th of April, 1961. Gayatri Mantra chanting. We humbly ask all devotees to continue with your chanting of the Gayatri Mantra 3 times a day, and if possible, let us all chant together at 6 p.m. 108 times. Vedam recitals occur daily at 5 a.m. and 6 p.m. Please do take advantage of this amazing opportunity to learn these sacred texts. Prayers for Healing Group. A WhatsApp group has been created to allow devotees to pray for those in need of healing or upliftment. If you have a family member, friend, or any person who needs prayer, please contact any of the National Devotional Coordinators to post the request on this group. National Gayatri Mantra Havan for Global Peace. All centers are encouraged to host a Gayatri Mantra Havan or at least chant the Gayatri Mantra 108 times for the next 3 Sundays at 7 a.m. The purpose of these collective prayers will be for global peace. The Gayatri Mantra Havan will also be live streamed on the national YouTube channel. Ramayana Week. No other story in human history has had such a profound impact on the mind of people. It transcends the milestones of history and the boundaries of geography. It has shaped and sublimated the habits and attitudes of generations. The Ramayana, the story of Rama, has become a curative corpuscle in the bloodstream of mankind over vast areas of the globe. It has struck root in the conscience of peoples, prodding and prompting them along the paths of truth, righteousness, peace, and love. The National Devotional Wing will observe Ramayan Week on our online platform from the 2nd till the 9th of April, culminating in the celebration of Sri Rama Navami on the 10th of April. The Sri Sathya Sai Global Council South Africa lovingly invites all devotees to the national celebrations of Sri Rama Navami. The date, the 10th of April 2022, starting at 16:30. This program will include Veda chanting, a musical program, divine discourse, and will conclude with bhajans and closing prayers. Please do join us in celebrating this auspicious occasion as we pay homage to the life and teachings of Sri Ramachandra. Rama is the eternal, unchanging spirit, the Purusha. The Atma in every being is Rama. Hence the name Atma Rama. Rama is eternal, so the Rama mantra is said to have been taken by Shiva himself. Rama means that which showers bliss or ananda, that is all. The National Go Green Wheelchair Reuse Program. Devotees are encouraged to donate their second-hand wheelchairs or walkers to the National Go Green team to be loaned out at no cost to anyone in need for as long as they require, with Swami's divine grace. Every time we receive a wheelchair, there is a request for one from someone in need. 12 wheelchairs have already been loaned out. There is an overwhelming need for wheelchairs and walkers, so be part of this great opportunity to give someone mobility. And for this, please contact your regional Go Green champion for more information. The National Seva team has launched an exciting project called A Humble Offering to My Sai, 97th Advent, encouraging devotees to engage in 97 random acts of kindness as an offering to our dearest Bhagavan for his 97th Advent. A Google Classroom form has been set up to help you personally monitor your progress. 81 devotees have already registered to take up this offering. It is so amazing to see the enthusiasm of devotees undertaking simple but effective acts of kindness. Swami has given us everything we could possibly ask for and more. All he ever wants is for us to give off our time to help someone in need. We humbly encourage each and every devotee to make this divine offering, starting immediately and end on or before the 23rd of November 2022. You can also pledge to undertake this offering as a family and collectively carry out the 97 random acts of kindness. Random acts can include blood donations, Go Green initiatives, free tuitions, pay a needy child's school fees, visits to orphanages, spend quality time with elders, hand out a meal to a hungry person at the robots, etc. Remember that the smallest act of kindness can change lives. The Go Green infographic for this week. Every object in nature performs its specific function. The sun and moon are ceaselessly doing their duty. God is also carrying on his duties without any rest or pause. The rivers, by flowing towards the ocean, convey the lesson that you shouldn't give up your effort until you reach your destination. Sri Sathya Sai Baba, Divine Discourse, March 17th, 1991. We will now be addressed by our National President of the Sri Sathya Sai Global Council, South Africa, Brother Suresh Nandlal, on the importance of the Ramayana. Please have a safe and blessed week. Jai Sai Ram.
Offering my humble pranams and salutations at the lotus feet of our beloved Master, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear embodiments of unconditional love, Om Shri Sai Ram. This month, being the month of April, has afforded us a beautiful opportunity to observe and celebrate many significant and auspicious programs. With the likes of Ramayan Week, Ram Navami, Hanuman Jayanti, Good Friday, Easter weekend, and of course offering and paying homage to our dearest Lord on our Aradhana Mahotsavam Day. Each observance has an important message. What is of most importance is how we as individuals take these messages and practice into our day-to-day lives. As it's always been stated, the true purpose of this organization is for our own transformation. It's for us to understand and seek the divine that's present within. I remember many years back at my home center when one of the senior members used a beautiful, short, yet powerful acronym called JOY. So what does JOY stand for? Well, quite simply put, Jesus first, then others, and lastly you. So why is this acronym so profound? Well, it ties into every teaching of our dearest Lord, the famous dictum of love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never, and most importantly, understanding what seva truly means. Serve without expecting any rewards, serve completely selflessly. So in a nutshell, put God first always. Always help those in need. And just by doing this, you will earn the grace of God. Dear brothers and sisters, this week being Ramayana week has special significance. Swami says, the Ramayana stands out as the great ideal to the entire mankind. It sets the examples in every field of life. It shows how brothers, sisters and parents should live as ideals. The Ramayana is an inspiration not only for ancient times, but also for the modern age. Every man is born in the world to shine as an ideal, not to lead an egocentric life. Every man should stand out as a model to the best of his capacity. The Ramayana demonstrates to all how an ideal family should be and what ideal manners should be like. As most of you are aware, Navami is celebrated in many countries and cultures to mark the birth of Lord Rama, who is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. The Lord incarnates from time to time for the benefit of mankind and for a special mission to unfold, in this and many other cases, to uphold Dharma. We should never forget how fortunate we are to be born in an age where God Himself has walked on earth, an age where we are able to have experienced His darshan, sparshan and sambhashan. Imagine in 500 years from now, when people read the life story of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, they would say, how fortunate were those devotees who were able to be in the presence of the avatar. Likewise, the Ramayana, which Swami describes as the sacred stream of sweetness, teaches us many valuable lessons, the value of detachment and the need to see the divine in every being. No other story in human history has had such a profound impact on the mind of man. The Ramayana teaches us that no matter what situation we are faced with in these challenging times, we should always speak the truth, always stand up for what is right, and always live a dharmic life. It is said that those who uphold Dharma, even in the most challenging situations, that Dharma will always come to your rescue. Dharma will always protect you. Let us learn from the characters of Sri Hanuman, who Swami says is the ultimate servant of servants, Mother Shabri, who had unwavering faith and commitment and dedication to serving the Lord. Every day she would collect fruit from a near tree, bite each one of them to ensure that the Lord, who will eventually come, only gets the most sweetest of fruit. Let us remember Lakshmana, who served the Lord tirelessly, Jatayu, who fought till his very last breath. Let us also remember Swami's messages on the ABC of life. Avoid bad company. This is evident in the character of Mantara, who was instrumental in persuading Mother Kaikai to banish Lord Rama, and the character of Ravana, who, although he was a learned scholar, but his ultimate downfall was lust and greed. Let us not forget the important characters of Vibhishana, Ravana's brother, who, despite being surrounded by demons and living in the kingdom of Ravana, never ever stopped chanting the name of Ramanama. Earlier, we listened to many beautiful bhajans of Lord Rama. One of them had a beautiful name of Ramachandra. A beautiful story comes to mind, which was narrated by our dearest Lord Sai Rama. As most of you are aware, the moon is the presiding deity of the mind. Before Rama lifted the bow of Shiva in the court of King Janaka, Sita's mind was not at ease. When Mother Sita eventually went to Ayodhya after her marriage, she confided with Lord Rama one day on how the moon of her mind was clouded when Rama lifted the bow of Shiva. Rama then told Sita that at the time of his birth, thick clouds covered the moon, so it could not get his darshan. at the time of his birth. Rama then promised to the moon that he would add Chandra to his name to make it happy. Rama further told that in the next incarnation in Dwapara Yuga, the moon would be the first to have the darshan of the Lord and to pay salutations to him. True to the word spoken by the Lord Ramachandra, the moon had the good fortune of having the first darshan of Sri Krishna when his father Vasudeva was carrying him across the river Yamuna. Thus, the moon was the first to do namaskar to the Lord in his incarnation as Krishna. Another story that comes to mind is that of the Govardhan hill. When the Vanara army was busy building the bridge to Lanka and collecting huge boulders and stones, Lord Rama told all of them to take rest and leave everything down at the spot where they were, as the bridge was almost complete. Hanuman was at that moment transporting a huge hill from the north. When he heard Rama's orders, he cast it down near Vrindavan, where he was at that time. He was surprised to hear a loud wail from the fallen peak. "Alas," it cried, "I have lost the chance of being of service to Lord Rama." It could not be consoled or comforted. When Hanuman brought its condition to Lord Rama's notice, Rama smiled in appreciation. "Ah, even mountains are yearning anxiously to participate in this task." He expressed joy at the enthusiasm. He told Hanuman, "Go console the hill. Tell it not to be sad. During the coming Dwapara age, I shall hold that hill high on my palm for 7 days and nights." On hearing this, the peak will be happy. That assurance made it the Govardhan hill, which the Lord held aloft as promised in the Treta Yuga. And we all know the story where in the Treta Yuga, Lord Krishna used the exact same mountain to save his devotees. The Ramayana teaches us many valuable lessons, and we can go on talking about the story for ages. Let us end this talk with a beautiful story that was narrated by Bhagavan in a divine discourse on the 25th of June 1996. When Rama's arrow shot Ravana, Ravana fell to the ground. But a few minutes before he gave up his life, many sages approached him. He was a great scientist, a great scholar, a person of great penance. He was all-powerful. They wanted to know what his chief aim in life was. They assembled there and had questioned him, saying, "O Ravana, what is it that you have achieved in life? What was your aspiration?" Since he was shot by Rama's bow, he was cleansed of all his sins. Noble feelings started blossoming. With great difficulty, he raised his hands, offered namaskar and said, "O great ones, what should I say? I had so many thoughts, but they did not materialize. But one thing you must all learn from my life. When you get a good thought, you must not procrastinate. You must get into the action immediately. You must not delay or postpone activities, especially if they are good. You shouldn't take more time to do good. Thought and action must happen in tandem. When you get a bad thought, you must not act on it. Take your own time. I have thought on similar lines. I had a plan to convert the ocean water around Lanka into sweet water, but I kept postponing it. Eventually, I was unable to do it. I thought of all those who were suffering in hell must be taken to heaven and given a new life there. I postponed this too. I procrastinated all the noble tasks, and now I am here dying. I am unable to do these good actions. At least all of you, if you get a good thought, get into action and achieve the task. Never waste time for good actions." Dear brothers and sisters, a profound and a very important message for us all. Let us use this time to go within, introspect, and realize what the true purpose and meaning of life is. Jai Sai Ram.
सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थमिष्टार्थं मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं हृदयाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थमिष्टार्थं मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं हृदयाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं बाबा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमार्थमिष्टार्थं मोक्षप्रदानं बाबा विभूतिं हृदयाश्रयामि।
साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ 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 साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्